Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about should you use Lumion or D5 render. Now, if you're an architect or interior designer or 3D artist, you may be wondering should you use Lumion or D5 render. Now, today I'm going to be clarifying whether you should start with Lumion or D5 render, and I'm going to compare both of these and my personal recommendation as well. Now, for the first one, obviously, before I go to the number one, both of these software are insanely popular and they're known for real-time renderings, and also obviously but they shine in different areas. So today I'll be breaking down strengths and weaknesses and my personal recommendation, like I said before, and depending who you are and what you need from it. Now, number one, quick overview. So Lumion is around there for longer and it has built a reputation as the go-to render software for architects, and also it is known for being super fast, easy to use, and it's packed with assets. So free asset library from Lumion is much easier, where you can add like people, vegetation, objects, many things. And D5 render, on the other hand, is the newer kid on the block. So it's kind of the new render software after Lumion. So it has also built based on real ray tracing, so RTX graphic card. So if you got RTX graphics card on your laptop or PC, you're good to go, and meaning you get photorealistic lighting and reflection without spending hours waiting. But obviously you can also have ray tracing rendering in Lumion 2023, 2024, 2025. Don't get me wrong, so RTX are the best graphics card. Don't get GTX. GTX are so slow. I've got it before, so I've got now RTX graphics card. So please stick to the RTX graphics cards, please. Also check the entry requirements as well. Now, both of them are powerful, but the real question is, what fits to your workflow? Now, number two, they are ease of use. So let's talk about usability. So let's talk about Lumion. So Lumion, if you're brand new to rendering, then Lumion can feel like incredibly friendly, and the interface is simple. You can drag and drop, you get beautiful render within minutes, and it feels like you can just plug and play for architects, interior designer, and 3D artists. Now, D5 render, right, is slightly steeper learning curve. So especially if you're new to ray tracing, so let's say the RTX graphics card like I mentioned before. But once you understand the basics, the results will look stunning. It will look amazing. So in my opinion, in my take, if you want speed and simplicity, and they are your top priority, then stick to Lumion. Lumion wins here. But if you're okay with a little bit of learning, a little bit of a learning curve, but if your aim is to have like high realism, then yeah, stick to D5 render. So D5 render takes the edge, so that's amazing. Now, number three. Now this is where the render gets real. It's called rendering quality. Lumion, they are known for beautiful styled visuals. You can push towards realism, but at its core. But Lumion is slightly artistic and almost cinematic look. It's fantastic for concept design, for presentation, and where the atmosphere matters. So if you got like a sample render you can send to your clients or something, that's amazing. But it won't be good as the end results. So if you really want the end results, that's where D5 render comes in. So D5 render, they're built for realism, the global illumination, reflection, shadows. It looks real, and if you're aiming for renders could be mistaken for photograph, then D5 render has the advantage. So in conclusion, in short, Lumion is like painting a beautiful scene, but D5 is like taking a photo to a reality, like a reality photo. Now, that's for number 3. Number 4, performance and hardware. Let's talk about performance because obviously not everybody can afford the $3,000 workstation lying around or setup. So Lumion, it really depends and highly relies on your GPU. So GPU stands for General Processing Unit. This is where you use your graphics card, and it eats a lot of system resources. So to run smoothly, you will need a powerful graphics card, plenty of RAM, and solid CPU. So RAM stands for Random Access Memory. So this makes your PC go fast, and CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. This stands for when you have like Intel Core i3, i4, i5, i6, i7, Intel Core i9, that's what I mean by CPU. Also AMD are also the CPU as well. Now, in my intake, which graphics card should you use? Now, if you are in slightly older machine or you have slightly got older PC, then Lumion is best. But Lumion might still perform better. But if you got a graphics card, if you've got RTX 3060, so 3060, RTX 3060 and above, your D5 render will really shine, like top-notch render. So if you got, like I said again, RTX 3060 and above, you're good to go. So make sure the higher the graphics card, the better your render and the better your workflow. So please take this to consideration. Now, number 5 would be, let's talk about assets. Okay, so I mentioned this before. So in Lumion, this is where really shine, really flexes. So it has a massive built-in library. Like I said, like trees, people, furniture, objects, you name it, you can build within entire environment without leaving the software. So that's amazing. So D5 render, its library is growing fast. So it already has a decent selection, but it doesn't quite match the scale of Lumion's collection, at least not yet. So in Lumion, you can just drag and drop the assets, so you don't even need to scale anything. So the Lumion automatically scaled for you. But D5 render is a bit complicated when it comes to assets. So because Lumion's D5 render is kind of like a new software, so I kind of have to like adjust it when it comes to assets. Now, if you really rely on assets, then stick to Lumion. But if you don't mind about assets, but maybe you can edit it later in Photoshop or other stuff, then D5 render is good to go. Now, number 6. How do these tools, how do these tools integrate into your workflow? So that workflow and integration. So Lumion, it works great with SketchUp, Revit, ArchiCAD, no AutoCAD, ArchiCAD, and Rhino. The live sync is super smooth, so whatever you make changes, Lumion will automatically change it for you, and sometimes you'll run into a little hiccups. But D5 render also has sync in SketchUp, Revit, ArchiCAD, Rhino, and 3ds Max. So 3ds Max is one of the popular modeling software. Obviously, you can check on 3ds Max in my previous videos. Honestly, the sync feels faster and more stable, and especially with updates coming hot. So it's more faster than Lumion. So for integration, my personal opinion, for integration, I would say D5 is edging out Lumion lately. So better. So D5 is better than Lumion, and especially if you're jumping between different design tools. Now, number 7, the pricing. So obviously, let's not ignore what the pricing everybody has to pay. Obviously, Lumion the Pro version is expensive in Lumion, so it is worth it for larger firms. But obviously, if you're rich or if you have a lot of money as a freelancer, then yes, you can use Lumion. You can pay for Lumion. So if you're a freelancer or student, it's a serious investment. Obviously, if you're a student, then the university will provide Lumion automatically for you for free if you're a student, obviously. But if you're a freelancer, then I'm afraid you have to pay for yourself unless you make a lot of money. So DeFi render is more affordable. It has flexible subscription option and even a free version for you to test, like a trial version that's surprisingly capable. So if your concern is the budget, then I will recommend that you stick to DeFi render because it gives you so much value for money. Now, my recommendation, which one should you use? Now, if you're a beginner, if you want fast results, and you love having a lot of assets in your library, you don't want to do a lot of editing or other stuff, then stick to Lumion. But if you're changing after realism, so if you really want realistic renders, if you have an RTX card that is that you have 3060 or above, and you really want realistic results, then go to DeFi render. DeFi render is also cheaper. So for me personally, I recommend DeFi render if you're future-proofing your workflow. The realism, performance, and pricing makes it hard to ignore. So if you value speed, because sometimes time is money, and obviously you can't buy time back. Time is the most valuable asset. So if you value speed and assets more than realism than anything else, then Lumion is the best choice. At the end of the day, it is less about which one is better. It's more about which one is better for you. Now, that comes to the end of this video. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in having coaching with me, I will leave a link down below so we can have a chat to help you go from zero to hero render. And also, if you please, can you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel? It really helps me with the algorithm to reach more people like you, and I want to help as much people as I can. So also please let me know down in the comments below what video you would like to watch or any ideas so I can get producing. So yeah, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.